my first time at Cinder. I actually feel a bit young in this room, to be honest. That's a good thing, for sure. Not the last time we're going to be at Cinder. So I'm the founder of a Danish company called Nexta, which is actually an omnichannel platform for SMB clients. We launched the company this year. I'm together with my co-founder Jesper. We have a strong background in building advertising platform for enterprise solution. Prior Nexta, we were part of a strong ad tech company called Adform, working with various clients like Deutsche Telekom, UBS, and actually the key of working with these clients was how to get advertising to work for enterprise clients. And what we know now is data is the key. I'm getting back to how our platform is supporting data. At the moment, we are working primarily with clients in the Nordics. We are launching a client in Germany in November and one in UK in November as well. So our platform is built for sales guys using our tool to simplify advertising. At the moment, we have interaction with 500 sales guys daily that are using our tool to actually do advertising across channel. So I think we've been heard a lot of this last 2 days. Google, Facebook is taking 99% of new ad dollars digital going into the market. So I think that there's a story to this. It's bad if you're a traditional publisher, if you're Yellow Pages, but I actually see the opportunity here saying that we actually haven't seen more money going into digital than we do today. So there is a really big opportunity to capture some of this revenue. And one of the reasons why we know these guys are successful is it's quite simple for an advertiser to buy on Facebook and Google. They're quite good at data. Everybody knows when we're logging into Facebook and Google, we provide them with data they can capitalize on when they do advertising. So our primarily job, I actually want to give you a story here. This is one of our clients using our tool today. His name is Jesper, a Dane as well. His company, he's a plumber. He have at the moment seven employees. It's not you, Simonsen. It's not you. Sorry, it's not Simonsen VVS. And that's a typical case. This guy have 7 employees. He doesn't have a marketing department. He's spending, as we saw the first day, 36% of his time only doing what he's best at, that, helping out his client. The rest of his time he's doing a lot, in terms of marketing, spending a lot of time on HR, staff, and so on. So how he is doing marketing today, before we actually had that's actually true, a publisher using our tool today, he actually have primarily 4 contacts. Every time he's going to do advertising in Yellow Pages, he needs to do the production, he needs to contact a guy selling the ad. He also needs to do the same on Facebook. He needs to do a production on the banners for Facebook. He needs to optimize the campaign. He did actually the same for Google. And in the end, he also wants to do display advertising. So what we actually see here, you actually have the time spent per vertical. This is per month. He's actually spending 2 hours per month per vertical. So you multiply this number with 4. And at the moment, he's spending 400 euros a month. So what we're actually seeing now, because within the tool we've been building, he actually reduced his time spent because he can do everything in one workflow. So it's actually not this guy logging into our platform, it's actually the sales guys from the publisher helping him to do the advertising. So now the time spent is actually only 2 hours a month, and he's actually increasing his budget. I'll get back to why his budget is increased, but one of the reasons is why is because it's working. So he's a traditional plumber, and what he's searching for is, traffic to his webpage, people to call him to get more and more clients, right? So how can we get this to work? I think that's the key takeaway today. That's actually my final slide as well. So what we are actually doing here, we call this is our optimization part. So before we start campaigns, every client of us have what we call a client profile. So for instance, what you saw, Jesper, he's a plumber. He have tons of insights in terms of his client, when, are the clients calling him, is good on search. Everything is actually pulled into what we call the client profile card. So every client using our platform have their own profile card. Even more important, the data collector here is actually, it's collecting all the data from search, from Facebook, from display to optimize the campaign. Certainly, we are working with a lot of publishers actually going out to do partnership with third-party data providers. For instance, we have a publisher in Denmark who have a third-party data provider who's the biggest telco company in Denmark. Because if you look at the telco company, they have a quite struggling with the business model at the moment. They need to do something else. And if you look at the data a telco company have at the moment, it's almost as good as Google and Facebook. So these guys, the publisher, is actually doing cooperation and actually buying third-party data outside their own property. And that's put into our platform as well. And then finally, everything what we are doing is optimized in what we call RTB, real-time betting. Everything is built on live data. So what we're actually helping with here is actually the sales guys is now calling his end clients and actually not only selling him what he did yesterday, he's also actually selling him Google, Facebook. I know a lot of you already do it, but now he's actually selling optimization. So he's not talking about vertical. He's talking about selling an audience and actually selling return of investment for the client. So that's what we're actually seeing now. We are reducing time spent for the sales guys, and we're actually increasing the budget for the end client. So that's that was the entertainment for Next, and feel free to have a demo of our platform. I'm here together with Carsten Gildum. I think you know him. He is well equipped with an iPad, so if you want to see the platform, feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Exciting stuff. Sorry about my voice. I don't know. I don't know. Shit. Can I have a?
I don't have your voice.
Where is it? This one.
Yeah.
Okay, my name is Gilse. I come from the land of fire and ice. I'm going to entertain you for a few minutes. And what we do is we came with a product called Instant Demos about a few months ago, and we're helping you to convert, from your website, an email campaign, a Facebook campaign with a new conversion button. It's called Instant Demo Request. It works like that. When somebody's requesting to talk to you, you get notified immediately, and you can start talking with the customer while he's interested and still on your website. So you don't have to cost money to reschedule meetings and stuff like that. It's important to hit the iron when it's hot. We've been running this for 6 months in America, and 50% of our customers are contacting their customers within 23 seconds. And they're starting a demo with them in about 30, 40 seconds later. Today that is usually called a week or 3 days or something like that. And our screen sharing solution, it works on all devices, all browsers, over firewalls and everything. Exciting stuff. If you call your customer within the first 5 minutes, we say less than a minute, you're 100 times more likely to close the sale. Because you know it yourself, if you're interested in buying a product, if you get contact immediately, you're more likely to buy it, because everybody can call too late. There's a survey that not we did, but 7% of the requested demos were called in the 5 minutes, and 55% were not called in the 5 business days. So it's you know it yourself, when you're requesting something and somebody will call you in a week, you lost interest or you found someone else to talk to. So that was all. I want to have, I know every lecture has been so long, so I want to be short. So do you have any questions? I will not leave the stage unless I get one question. I'm not kidding.
What's the temperature in Iceland?
It's, temperature is overrated. It's, but it's nice inside, and it's fresh and yeah. Like I say, if you want a demo, and yeah, I forgot to tell you, we're currently accepting customers, and if you play your cards right, you could become more customers. I'm not promising anything, but like I say, if you play your cards right. Thank you.